Yang Li, the brand assassin, strikes again. Yang Li, the infamous brand killer, has once again struck with ruthless precision, this time setting her sights on JD.com. The Double 11 marketing war had just kicked off, and all the major e-commerce platforms were diving into the entertainment frenzy. Little did they expect JD.com to take self-sabotage to a whole new level. In an almost heroic display of self-sacrifice, JD.com handed their competitors a generous gift on a silver platter. Jindong, with much fanfare, brought Yang Li on board as a spokesperson, hoping to drum up some hype for their Double 11 campaign. And oh, did it create a buzz far fiercer than anyone could have predicted, practically a nuclear explosion of attention. The only problem, the blast was directed right back at JD.com itself. It was as if they'd shouted, "Fire at me," with all the bravery of a wartime martyr. Once the incident started brewing, the heat skyrocketed to Taiba forums. JD's frontline customer service was bombarded relentlessly, while hordes of consumers demanded refunds. The company's stock price took a brutal hit. After this colossal marketing flop, the ripple effects were staggering. One stone tossed into the pond stirred up 1,000 crashing waves. The chain reaction grew more terrifying by the minute. As netizens put it, the kind-hearted bros were still busy canceling their Plus memberships in protest. Meanwhile, others were placing orders for high-value items with 7-day no-questions-asked return policies, sowing chaos in the process. Some even escalated things further, targeting JD Finance with a full-on run, a move orchestrated by the folks at the NGA forum. Everyone knows that place is a chaotic hive of cattle and horse types and seasoned old bros. Normally, they lurk in the shadowy corners of the internet, overlooked and outshouted by the glamorous influencers of Weibo and Xiaohongshu. But when they band together and charge, their momentum is unstoppable. This caught JD.com off guard, to say the least. The company scrambled to issue a stern, almost threatening clarification, warning that inciting a financial run could be illegal and disrupt market order. You could tell they were rattled. These usually low-key NGA and Taiba veterans had clearly hit JD where it hurt. One moment they were gritting their teeth, the next they were pleading, "No more," and soon they were wailing in despair. JD tried playing dead by deleting their Weibo posts, but the situation had spiraled beyond their control. In the minds of netizens, JD.com and Yang Li were now fused together, an unbreakable mental stamp etched in steel. Maybe JD really did have its bros in mind, because in the eyes of many, JD still held a slight edge over Taobao in the shopping pecking order, to say nothing of Pinduoduo. But this fiasco cured the old bros of their internal struggles. No more shame about losing face. Now they could shop boldly on Taobao and Pinduoduo without a second thought. Truly a deed of boundless merit. Yang Li, China's top brand slayer. Yang Li has earned her title as China's #1 brand assassin. When she shot an ad for Intel, gamers didn't hesitate to ditch them for AMD. When she teamed up with Sheed Spirits, people mocked it relentlessly. Drink Sheed and turn into a delusional bro on a downward spiral. Her endorsement of Great Wall Motors, it went from buyers lining up for months to production grinding to a halt. So here's the million-dollar question. Why do these companies keep losing their marbles and inviting Yang Li to represent them? And why does she spark such a massive backlash that actually wounds brands so deeply? After all, not every boycott works. Look at Black Myth, Wukong. It faced an onslaught from both domestic and foreign critics, yet it still sold over 20 million copies despite the smear campaign. Let's tackle the first puzzle. How does Yang Li keep raking in the cash, counting bills till her hands cramp, with endorsement deals she can't even keep up with? Is it really, as some claim, a brilliant marketing ploy? Take Great Wall Motors, struggling with production capacity and reluctant to break contracts. They bring in Yang Li to tank demand and neatly solve their supply issues. Or maybe she's a sleeper agent planted by rival companies, bidding her time, lying low until the perfect moment to strike. Of course, that's just a tongue-in-cheek theory. The real answer lies closer to home. Corporate PR and marketing departments have increasingly turned to publicly funded fist-pumping, a trend where gender agendas dominate. Many big companies' marketing teams are now overwhelmingly female-led. This isn't to say every woman is a radical feminist, but in spaces packed with women, skewed gender perspectives can easily take root. Gender awareness itself is neutral. Women see the world through a female lens, men through a male one, and that's perfectly natural. But in today's polarized gender climate in China, areas with heavy female presence often morph into battlegrounds of gender ideology, where gender becomes the primary lens for problem-solving, prioritizing stance over reason. When gender bias escalates into gender politics, things get even dicier. Yang Li, the poster child of trendy feminism, is practically a deity in these marketing circles where gender ideology reigns supreme. Her approval rating there is off the charts. Sure, hearing her might carry risks, but the fallout doesn't hit individuals. It's the whole department or company that takes the blame. So why not flex some public funds for a little ideological flexing? Take Duoi Network Su Bo, for example. He discovered his PR team was jacking up a 2 million yuan budget to 10 million just to hire their idol for an endorsement, all to satisfy their star-chasing cravings. Furious, Su Bo fired the entire female-heavy PR crew in one fell swoop. Talk about poetic justice. Sometimes it takes a tough guy to tame the chaos. Counterweight economics and beyond. Blogger Lu Shihan offers an even juicier take: counterweight economics. He argues that gender equality in employment is the current politically correct mandate. National guidelines on women's development often demand female employment stay above 45%. As a leading e-commerce giant, JD.com naturally has to lead by example. Data shows they've pushed their female staff ratio to 46%, ticking off the national quota. Since frontline roles like R&D and manufacturing skew male, the counterweight comes from stuffing marketing and logistics with women. Male bosses, often accused of favoring their own, end up ceding ground to female interests to balance things out, a classic case of feeding the enemy to fatten yourself. In the end, the punch lands right back on their own face. But scarier than counterweight economics is counterweight politics. There's a saying about ignorant maidens thriving in the system, though the order might need flipping. After years of yin rising, yang waning, news stories from Changsha to Datong have delivered a subtle but shocking dose of her power. Here, another head-scratcher. Why do industries like cars, liquor, and menswear, domains ruled by male consumers, keep roping in Yang Li? Are they trying to cool off their own success? Quite the opposite. These struggling legacy brands with lackluster products and weak competitiveness resort to shady tactics when they can't keep up. Sure, men buy menswear, but how many self-respecting dudes shop at HLA? They might not like Yang Li, but her diehard fans could be swayed. Win them over, and reeling in male buyers becomes a cakewalk, or so the twisted logic goes. It's a roundabout save-the-nation strategy to expand market share. Too bad these brands forgot to open their eyes. Men aren't sitting ducks anymore, ready to be fleeced. In the past, companies could dump all their garbage on men without much blowback. Men knew their role, quietly serving as the ballast and backbone. But times have changed. Male consumption is waking up, and it's time their voices were heard. The rise of male consumer power. Years ago, Meituan founder Wang Xing, a master of human nature, posted a now legendary formula on Fanfu. Teen girls, kids, young women, the elderly, dogs, men. It spread like wildfire across the internet, cementing a harsh truth. For ages, men's spending power was mocked as less than a dog's. As a seasoned investor and consumption expert, Wang Xing knew the dirty secret but couldn't spell it out. Men earn more but spend less. Women earn less but outspend men by a mile. The key: transfer payments. Men's purchasing power gets siphoned off into cars, homes, and dowries. Add in the marital salary handover, and their take-home cash is pitiful. That's why you'd see Jihu posts moaning, "Why do I earn tens of thousands a month but live like a dog?" Technically inaccurate, dogs ranked higher on the spending scale. Meanwhile, women earning a few grand strutted around in style, rocking outfits worth hundreds or luxury bags worth tens of thousands, buying without a second thought, all propped up by a massive transfer payment system. With lower incomes, they wielded cash flow men could only dream of, dominating the shopping battlefield. Men weren't clueless. They paid up because marriage back then, while not always idyllic, was at least decent. Marriage rates soared until 2013 when they started sliding. Seeds of gender conflict sprouted. Over the next decade, male-female clashes became the internet's loudest arena. Correction, it was mostly men getting pummeled one-sidedly. Bloggers like Maimeng led the charge, subjecting Chinese men to relentless guilt trials. Men didn't fight back, couldn't or wouldn't. Then came the Hualala case, shifting the tide. There was still room to turn things around, but the other side doubled down, beating the down dog without mercy. By the Shanxi engagement rape case, even traditional rural men woke up to marriages dwindling sexual, emotional, and reproductive value. The fat cat incident lit the fuse, thunder and fire erupted, shaking China and beyond. The world watched in awe as the very definition of normal love was stripped away. This time, it hit every class and region. Young men saw through the marriage and love scam, vowing to steer clear. 3 months after Fat Cat, Black Myth, Wukong launched, selling over 20 million copies and ranking among the top single-player games ever. Coincidence? Hardly. Post-Fat Cat, the male economy roared to life. Behind Wukong's wild sales weren't just millions of 268 purchases, but 20 million high-performance PCs, a testament to men's rising spending power. Liberation and retribution. Men, once shackled by cars, homes, and dowries, mocked for gaming and wasting time, sneered at for buying a graphics card, forced to fork over hard-earned cash to others, lived sloppy, suppressed lives. Fat Cat exposed the hidden PUA schemes, and men finally grasped love's bitter truth. If women could walk away after decades of silent suffering, men could have their own breakdowns and epiphanies too. One sunny afternoon, he ditches his shoes and bolts. To do what? Smoke when he feels like it, drink whatever baijiu or beer, grill some skewers daily, then game at home till whenever. Europe might be a stretch, but Southeast Asia's a breeze, and China's got stunning scenery north to south. They've figured it out. The power over cars, homes, and dowries was always theirs. No one's holding a gun to your head to buy a house. A 38 million dowry. Besides some teary Jiangxi lads swiping their cards, most men now get it. This is my money. I can give it, but you can't demand it. Some gorgeous sisters lost it. This can't go on, we've got to take them down. You like Black Myth? They slap a boycott on it. But fueled by men's surging buying power, the harder they resisted, the hotter it got. 20 million copies sold, plus a Luckin coffee collab that sold out instantly. Luckin's boss marveled on moments, stunned by male spending might. A 2023 report on male consumption showed 57.2% of online shoppers spending over $1,000 were men. Road bikes, gaming chairs, and fishing rods saw explosive sales growth. In a market economy, spending equals clout. Customers aren't gods, but they're not your whipping boys either. Want to mess with them? The big bros will show you a real good time. Great Wall Motors can talk boycott all they want. Who knows if you'd actually buy? JD.com, though, felt the heat. Customer service got chewed out till they were in tears, refunds flew, and the thrill rivaled battling Erlang Shen or the Monkey King's husk. Online, folks posted refund pics and tips while onlookers munched sunflower seeds, egging it on. JD didn't dare stay cocky. They issued a fancy apology, swearing off Yang Li for good. Hindsight's 2020, why'd they even start this mess? Now everyone's wondering, which company will sniper Yang Li target next? And can she hurry it up already?